Everyone, our next topic is polymorphism. So, meaning of polymorphism is poly means many, morph means form. So, the entity which can have many form. So, in polymorphism, we have two types of polymorphism. One is compile time polymorphism, another is runtime polymorphism. Or first one is known as static binding, compile type polymorphism, early binding, method overloading. These are the all name of the compile time polymorphism. Then we have runtime polymorphism, which is also known as dynamic binding, method overriding, or runtime polymorphism, or late binding. So, what is static or compile time polymorphism? So static polymorphism, some method name is overloaded with different type or different number of parameter in a same class. If a class have same different method with same name but different type of parameter or different number of parameter, then that concept is known as compile time. They are resolved at the time of compilations. So that polymorphism is known as compile time polymorphism. And in dynamic or runtime polymorphism, same method is overridden with the same signature in different classes. And this type of polymorphism is resolved at runtime. So that's why it is known as dynamic polymorphism. So let's see them with the help of an example. What we will do, we will create a class. First we will cover the static polymorphism. We will create a class. The class name is calculation. And this class have public static void main as well, and inside this class I have two methods, public add, public int add, and inside this add, suppose I have int a comma int b, and it will return a plus b. Then again I have one more method with the same name, but this time we have one more parameter as c. Then it is returning a plus b plus c. What I will do, we will create the object of this calculation. Calculation c is equal to new calculation, and then what we will do, we will call the, if we call the add in which we have 2 plus 3, and same way we can call the one more add in which we have 1 plus 2 plus 4, in which I will pass the three variables. Suppose I have stored this in sum1 is equal to this, sum2 is equal to this, int sum2 is equal to this, and system dot out dot println sum1 is equal to sum1, sum2 is equal to sum2. So what it will do, if we run this program, as you can see that sum1 is 5, sum2 is 9. When we pass the 2 parameter, it will invoke this method. When we pass the 3 parameter, it will invoke this method. So these methods are resolved at compile time. At compile time, they will be resolved that which method it is going to call. So at compile time it will evaluate that this has two number of parameter is 2, so it will invoke to this method, and if number of parameter is 3, then it will invoke to this method. So this type of polymorphism is known as compile time polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism. So let's see the example of the runtime polymorphism. So for runtime polymorphism, suppose we have this vehicle class in which is extending the which is extended by car class, and we have then one more class as bike, and this bike again have same method, is overriding the same method, and it is extending the vehicle. It is extending the vehicle. So we have three class. One is vehicle class, and these two are child class of vehicle. Let's create a class, test class, in which I have public static void main method, and inside this test class, what we will do, we will vehicle as we will create the reference of vehicle. First, we will pass the object of vehicle to this reference v, and we have called the v.run. After that, we will pass the reference of the car class, then we have called the run. Then we have passed the reference of the bike class, then we have called the run. As here you can see that this we are calling the same method of the different class with the help of its parent. So if we run this program, let's see the vehicle. Let me change car, and here is bike, and see the output. First it will call the vehicle, then it will call the car, then it will call the bike. What it will do, it has created the object of first vehicle, then inside the vehicle, this reference of vehicle, it has created the object of the car. So in parent vehicle, we have the object of its child, and it will call the method of its child. If we have object of another child, then it will call the method of the another child. So these all dependencies are resolved at runtime. At runtime, it will create the object of its child. At compile time, it will not be able to resolve. So at runtime, it will resolve these objects, and it will call the respective objects. So this is the example of the dynamic or runtime polymorphism. So thank you